Yo people, welcome back to another video. Now, it's been a while since I've done some Cobra Kai and Karate Kid content, but we are back. If you want me to cover any content in particular regarding theories or what ifs, then feel free to let me know some ideas down below in the comments and I will do those. I'll have some of my previous videos and theories related to Karate Kid Legends and Cobra Kai down below in the description as well, and I'd appreciate if you could hit that like button, sub to the channel as well, as it keeps helping the channel and the community to keep expanding. So today we'll be looking at which characters from Cobra Kai could cameo in the new Karate Kid Legends movie. It was just announced that there's going to be an end credit scene at the end of this movie, so that instantly gives us a chance to see a cameo from one of those Cobra Kai characters. Now, as always, remember, this is all theory and hypothetical, and it's run by Sony, which means don't get your hopes up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give a list of characters who I think are the likeliest to appear and in what form this cameo would take place. Now, first up we have Johnny Lawrence. I think there is a small chance that we could see him, and I can imagine his cameo being before Daniel goes off to New York with Mr. Han. It could be something where Daniel goes to the Cobra Kai dojo and tells Johnny that he's leaving the valley for a bit and that he's going to have to take over Miyagi-Do while he's gone. Now, this would actually be perfect because it honors their deal at the end of Season 6 Part 3 of Cobra Kai. But for people who haven't watched the Cobra Kai series, they'll kind of be like, yo, what the fuck? These guys were enemies when I last saw this movie or the franchise. How are they friends? So in a way, this movie will promote the Cobra Kai show and it will make people want to watch the show to see what actually happened between them and how they got here, which essentially gets the show more views. Now, I'd like to say that the lesson Johnny is teaching in the background could allow us to see Anthony, Devon and Kenny, but because this is 3 years after Cobra Kai is finished, I think they probably would have gone to college at this point, so we probably won't see any of those students. Next up is Robbie and Tori. Now, I think if we had cameos of them, it technically wouldn't be legit cameos, but rather more of a name drop kind of thing, or we see them on an advertising board or something. They are meant to essentially be karate influencers, so I think it would be kind of cool if Mr. Han sees some sort of advert where Robbie and Tori are on it somewhere, and because of the Sekai Taikai, he knows what happened, and he knows that Robbie trained as a Miyagi-Do under Daniel Laruso, and that is what makes Mr. Han go in particular to try and find Daniel Laruso. Obviously, he'll mix in the Miyagi thing, but that's what kind of gives away that Daniel has been teaching recently as of Cobra Kai. And there could be a connection just through Robbie, which I think would be pretty cool, since Robbie is the reason why Daniel reopened Miyagi-Do in the first place in the Cobra Kai show. Another candidate is Sam Laruso. Now, there is a clip somewhere of some guy, he spots Mary and Tanner at an airport and he starts just asking questions. Are you going to be in the movie? How are you going to be in the movie? Mary is a bit sus. I can understand she's a bit overwhelmed that she randomly starts getting asked questions. But yeah, she just acts really nervous and I kind of think she could have given herself away there. But yeah, Sam Laruso is definitely a possibility. And again, it goes back to the idea of Daniel leaving to go with Mr. Han. And maybe Daniel leaves Sam in charge of Miyagi-Do instead of Johnny, which honestly, I'd be happy with either. But if we get a scene with Sam, it could allow us to see how the rest of the family is doing, and even Miguel. They could actually do the cameo through her, and Daniel can say something like, tell Johnny I put you in charge of Miyagi-Do, or something where we can get multiple name drops. I personally think this is the likeliest cameo because they can tie in the family element. Johnny, Cobra Kai, Miyagi-Do and Miguel all into that scene, which ticks a lot of things off the list just through this one scene. The next option is Miguel Diaz. Now, the actor for Miguel, Xolo Maridueña, is actually followed by the movie's official Instagram account, and they only follow 12 people who are basically the actors who are involved in this movie. So if that isn't a sort of sign that he may be in this film, then it was just a well-executed plan to try and trick people. But now, Miguel is my favorite character of this franchise, but I'm struggling to see how he fits into this movie as a cameo in a form that isn't just a name drop. I'd probably say that he's the end credit, and maybe this adventure heading into the sequel merges Miguel Diaz with our new Karate Kid, which I think would be a pretty cool dynamic and something we haven't seen before, but very unlikely if I'm being honest. If you have any other ideas of how Miguel could fit into this story as a cameo, or for any of these characters in general, let me know down below in the comments. Another option, and maybe this is a bit lackluster, but it could work in terms of simplicity, and it's Louis and Anoush from the Laruso car dealership. These guys could be cameos just to show us some conversation of how well the dealership has done since the Cobra Kai show. Maybe this could be the first Daniel Laruso scene of the movie, just him at work in the dealership. We see these two, they come up with stats, figures, or just stuff to hype up the dealership, and then maybe we could see them again before Daniel leaves. He leaves one of them in charge of the dealership while he's away, and I think this, as well as his family life, plus the Karate Kid element, has to be explored slightly, just to see how it's been doing in the last 3 years since we last saw it in Cobra Kai. Because I'm pretty sure we will get some Mr. Han filling in the blanks, so I assume they need to build up Daniel in this way as well, especially for those people that haven't watched the Cobra Kai show. Which brings me to last but not least, and probably the most logical cameo, which is Amanda, Daniel's wife. Now, I heard the actress has retired from acting, but this was only announced this year, so she could have easily filmed her secret cameo last year, and that wouldn't affect anything. Her cameo would be similar to Johnny and Sam's, where Daniel tells her that he's leaving out of town for a little bit, and that's really it. We could get some more injection of maybe the dealership, how the family is doing, all of the stuff that I've mentioned with Sam, with Johnny, with the car dealership, but just through her. Looking at it logically, unless they're trying to make Daniel a shit husband, it would make sense that he would tell his wife and speak to his wife. Which is why, for me, this is the most logical and the most likely in terms of just giving us a straightforward cameo. I still think the Sam one is better and is likely to happen, but I could easily just see them doing kind of this Amanda one, which is kind of lackluster, but it makes sense. But yeah, as always, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Who do you think will appear in the new Karate Kid movie as a cameo, if we do see any? I'd also appreciate if you could hit that like button, check out my other videos which will be down below in the description. I'd appreciate if you could sub to the channel as well. All support is massively appreciated, and thank you for your time.